one can stop me. Soon I will eradicate every offensive cartoon in the universe until it's the happiest place on Earth.
These videos are not for children. If you are a children, then piss off.
Hey there, I'm Infuso, and like always, I'm here to keep you on your toes. 1 minute I'm releasing the newest installment of the ongoing NWO series, the next it's another The Day Your Favorite TV Show Died, and today, I'm here to talk about Disney. Now this may shock you due to my look and overall demeanor, but I actually now and have always loved Disney. Don't believe me? Well, here's an actual tattoo that I've got, that I clearly need touched up. Here's my Disney Plus account, because you can't take these off my app if they're already located on my shelf. And here is a much younger me in the happiest place in the world. And it's actually, no joke, the happiest memory I have. Live it up, kid. It's all downhill from here. You've already peaked. I love Disney. As a matter of fact, I actually happened to be conceived at Disney World. So I pretty much just came out the womb with mouse ears on. If that last bit was a little bit too much information, I'm right there with you. But that didn't stop my parents from telling me that, and if I have to live with that knowledge, then so do all of you. Anyway, given my childhood fandom and the useless information I've obtained because of it, I'm here to present to you Disney characters you've forgotten, or otherwise just didn't even know existed. Now, in order to qualify for this video, the characters have to actually been created, meaning that they made it past the drawing board. These characters could have been deleted from their source material or just forgotten because of how obscure they are. But today, we're finally giving them the acknowledgements they deserve. The same acknowledgement you give to somebody that you went to high school with when you just seen them in public 10 years after the fact. A little nod, maybe a smile, and then you move on with the rest of your life continuing to act like they don't exist. The Man in the Cauldron.
There was once a king so cruel and so evil that even the gods feared him. There his demonic spirit was captured in the form of a great black cauldron.
The Black Cauldron is one of Disney's most underrated classics. And being such, I'm sure there's a good chunk of you watching who have never seen it. It's alright, don't beat yourself up over it. I've only seen it like twice myself, and I have a very limited recollection on it. Anyway, if you did happen to catch this animated feature and you remember it, there's still a pretty good chance you don't remember Aaron. Orin? Aaron. We're talking about a character who looks more like the cover art of the next Ghost album. He's never officially seen in the movie, but he is mentioned in the movie's opening narration. He's the spirit trapped within the cauldron itself, the unseen master that the film's main antagonist, the Horned King, serves. His face is even engraved on the cauldron itself. I mean, sure, it's not Han Solo trapped in carbonite, but hey, it's something. He may not be seen in this movie, though he originally was, given the concept art I'm showing you now. And while he's not seen in the final cut of the movie, his presence is still most definitely felt. The Griffin and the Mock Turtle. If you're a fan of the book now known as Alice in Wonderland, you may be familiar with the characters of the Mock Turtle and the Griffin. However, if you're just a fan of any of the live-action or cartoon versions of Alice in Wonderland, you probably don't even know they exist. Except for that one Hallmark one that they made years ago, which still to this day is my all-time favorite. They gave us Willy Wonka in Wonderland, and that's more than any of us deserved. Disney, you did good, but you didn't do Willy Wonka in Wonderland good. That's right, Hallmark made this happen. And that's Hallmark, the card company. This is like the time I found out that soap bars doubled its chocolate. Though you wouldn't know by the taste. Anyway, my point is most retellings of this tale completely dismiss these characters. I guess they're not seen as essential to the plot itself, so because of that they usually get overlooked. Well, as it turns out, Disney originally intended on using these characters in their movie. And they were present all the way up until the last minute when they were inexplicably cut. The two would have had two separate musical numbers, and also been shown during the caucus race scene. But unfortunately for them, and me, they were nixed. But Disney was at least kind enough to give them their own Jell-O ad. And no, I'm not making that up. Why would I? Why would anybody? This just kind of raises the question, why would Disney use two characters that they cut from a movie to promote America's favorite snack.
Can I entertain with Jell-O?
There's nothing quite like Jell-O.
It should also be noted that the Mock Turtle makes a bit of a cameo in the Little Golden Book adaptation of the Disney movie. You guys remember those? I don't know why I do, but I have very vague but very fond memories of those things. Okay, now this one is, well, the less I talk about this, the more comfortable all of us will be. Fantasia is one of Disney's most visually stunning and beautiful spectacles. That is, of course, with the exception of two of the most incredibly racist depictions of female centaurs, who look like they just came out of that old Lazy Town cartoon. You know the one. Now, if their appearance wasn't bad enough, and it is, but they're also depicted as workers catering to the white female centaur, which is, not the best look. Unsurprisingly, they've since been removed entirely from the classic. Cause I mean, let's be real, if we need to add hair to a mermaid's butt to make sure we don't see PG-13 side cheek, there is no way that this original piece is ever going to be promoted. Expect a Blu-ray release of Song of the South before that happens. They didn't even replace the characters with new animation, they literally just cropped them out. They literally just cropped them out of the movie and called it a day. Disney does not want you to remember this, and honestly, I'd much rather forget too. Beauty and the Beast characters. Whether it's a case of not knowing or not wanting to know, a lot of people tend to look past the Beauty and the Beast sequels. And before you ask, yes, there are sequels. Well, I mean, actually not so much sequels as in-between-quels. Because the name of the movies are Beauty and the Beast, not Beauty and the Mildly Attractive Prince. So these sequels take place during the montages in between the first film. So they're basically cash grabs. But, The Enchanted Christmas? Pretty damn good. Not great, mind you, but good. It actually seems like some of the scenes and some of the elements from Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, managed to make their way into the live-action remake. Now, these movies include a bunch of characters not seen in the original film, including a bunch of talking books and papers that have names, but I don't care to know them, a Christmas tree topper who hates Christmas, and is also a former flame of Lumiere, a piccolo named Fife, who's played by Pee Wee Herman, and an antagonist pipe organ who's confined to a wall.
I'll just pick myself up and... Oh, what's this? Heavens, look! I'm bolted to the wall!
Played by Frankenfurter himself, Tim freaking Curry. All of these characters typically get glossed over, mainly because they weren't in the original. I personally like The Enchanted Christmas and all the characters it added to the world of Beauty and the Beast. But Belle's Magical World? Not so much. Like my previous entry, some things are better left forgotten. Buried somewhere deep in the past. Till some lame third-rate YouTuber who doesn't want to get a real job comes by to dig it up and make money off it on his platform. And let me tell you something, those kind of people, they make me sick. Jafar's sister. Even if you were a die-hard Aladdin fan, and honestly, I'm not sure who isn't. I mean, have you heard Robin Williams' performance in that movie? That man deserves awards that haven't even been invented yet. Even if you watch the original Aladdin, The Return of Jafar, The King of Thieves, the Aladdin cartoon series, and the live-action remake, you still wouldn't know a damn thing about the next character I'm about to bring up. I told you we're getting obscure here. And you know it only makes sense to do so considering that this channel is pretty obscure. You see, as it turns out, Jafar has a sister named Nasira, who honestly just really looks like Jafar trying to cross-dress under a new identity, but I'll look past it. But it's not just their appearance they share. Nasira carries over a lot of the same mannerisms her brother does, just with an added sense of cockiness and being a lot more vengeful. Though to be fair, nobody killed Jafar's brother, so that might have something to do with it. Anyway, Nasira only made one appearance ever, and that was in an ancient relic for the PlayStation 1 titled Disney's Aladdin in Nasira's Revenge. Which is a weird thing to title your game because no one knows who Nasira is. You've never introduced or referenced her before. This is the first time. What kid is gonna go to the store and be like, oh, I gotta get that one, it's Nasira's Revenge! I mean, it could have just easily been Jafar's Revenge. He's still in it. He's trying to be resurrected. Why you didn't just call it that? I don't know. At least people seem to know who he is. Nasira is an evil sorceress who, unlike her brother, was just born with magic powers. Powers that consist of being able to summon zombies, creating mystical bolts, performing resurrections, creating portals, bringing objects to life, temporarily paralyzing enemies, and being able to make others bend to her will. So then why didn't Jafar recruit her for his hostile takeover to begin with? Hell, why wasn't she the villain in any of the other movies if she could just do all that? I mean, Jafar was trying to harness the power of the genie, but the genie only gives you 3 wishes. Her powers are unlimited. She's clearly not somebody you want to make enemies with. And now you may wonder, who would be able to bring such a villainous role to life? Who can match the ultimate evil that is Jafar? Well, the answer's simple. Ariel. That's right. This big bad is voiced by the Little Mermaid.
Yes, I think I'm going to enjoy my stay here.
I mean, I don't know. She wouldn't be my first pick. I mean, I saw this character, and I don't know. I mean, I guess she's throwing a couple Susan Sarandon type vibes to me personally. But then again, maybe that's just because I saw Enchanted. But the Little Mermaid, not exactly my first choice to play a bad guy.
Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day and outside, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
I'm sorry, Jodie. You're wonderful and all, but you're just not villain material. But hey, you know what? I will give you your due. When you play a half woman, half fish, I'm transported. Unfortunately, her first appearance is her last appearance. And despite having been shown to have survived the events of this game, she's never heard from or seen again in any continuity. Kingdom Hearts 4, here's your chance. You want to start doing things right? Here's your first chance. And let's face it, you owe me after Kingdom Hearts 3. So she survives the game and disappears into some sort of abyss, never to be heard from again. But I'd like to believe that she's still out there. Somewhere. Anyway, those were some forgotten Disney characters, and contributing Vgenerates. If you're up for seeing another one of these videos, let me know in the comment section below. I did intentionally leave some out just in case, so we'll see what the overall response to this video is.
I'm the Clown Prince of Crime, and that was the Prince of Personality, the Infuso, or so he says. So if you like the words that came out of his mouth hole and you too want to become a VTard, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow the man on Twitter, because it's not stalking if it's on the internet after all. Join the fun by joining the Discord. If for some strange reason you want to show support, and I don't know why you would, and if you have $1 to spare, head over to the SIJW's Patreon, where you can request videos, get exclusive content, and early access to scheduled videos. Or head to his PayPal, where you can buy the shirts. Oh, aren't those lovely? And just remember, if you're not tuning in, you're missing out. Yeah.